Someone with technology, go to Leduc.
Okay, so the second type of pie I'm going to show you is a double crust. So I had pre-rolled a crust that was bigger than my pie plate, put it in, did my overhang, and now I filled it with my blueberry mixture. Had I wanted to make this a open-faced pie, I would have had to par bake that crust, because blueberries are very juicy, same as apples, and I would have wanted to prevent a soggy crust, so I would have par baked it. In this case, so I'm going to put this lid on top, so I've made sure to add flour to this mixture so that it will absorb some of the moisture. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my hand in the center of the crust, and I'm going to use my hand as a guide to go over top of the crust. Make sure you've got it lined up as good as you can beforehand. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the top and I'm going to tuck it underneath the bottom layer the whole way around. Now just rotate it as you go, and again, you guys, you're learning. I'm okay with it being a bit hideous when we first get started. Now over here I've got a lot of crust, so I'm actually going to take that off because it's just simply too much. So tuck it under the whole way around. Again, a lot going on over here, so I'm just gonna get rid of that. Now, I'm not done though, because I haven't fluted. So I've gone around, and that's gonna prevent some of the leaking coming out. So I'm gonna do the same action I did before, 2 fingers and 1 finger here. So I'm squishing around, and this is my fluting action. And try to keep it close to the edge. And so here I can see that I don't have it tucked enough, so I'm just gonna tuck it under again. And go the whole way around. Now, the final step when making this type of pie is that we need to score, and see here you guys, I have a hole, so I'm going to tuck it back underneath. I need to score the top of my pie. What scoring means is to cut a small hole. And this term is used in lots of different things, like you can score a piece of meat, but in this case, I'm scoring the top of my pie, so I'm just cutting a little hole in the top. And the reason this is really important is all that moisture in those blueberries is going to get trapped, and it's going to want to come out the edges of my pie. So instead, by cutting these little lines, scoring, I'm going to be able to release that steam. The last thing I recommend always is please put this onto some type of baking pan. On your steel pallet's also a good idea, because if it does ooze over, it's going to be all over the oven. The last thing, brush it with milk or egg yolk, and that's going to give you a really nice shine.